Good evening, everybody. My apologies for a late start. I had to do dinner, and I did actually get out of the office later than I was expecting. This one actually is for completely dumb reasons. I had a program that was running, and I didn't want to lose the progress on it, so I babysat it until the end. Now, let's hop into XCOM 2. I think this time around, depending on sort of the pulse at the start, what I may try this time is sorry, just taking a what I think I may try is a character creation off the top here. I might take a couple of minutes to just sort of get everyone or just do a small update and such, and maybe enjoy a bit of the tea that's in front of me. But I've been split between two possibilities here, which is one. Also, it does take me a little while to load up XCOM, it seems, so it gives me a chance to chat. So the competing priorities here are that if I is loud. If I do this at the start of the broadcast, the drawback there is that one of the people in the chat is like there are fewer people in chat who maybe want a character. Now the thing here is that I've got notes in terms of what people want already. So we've got K Money, we've got Stellar Jockeys, we've got who else? Tiberiosity, Revive Snow, Allgrins, Takri's got an avatar now. So in the end, there isn't a whole lot to like. I certainly don't have a shortage of things to equip. So the drawback, of course, is that unless you come in right at the start, the idea of individually working on a or like customizing a character, you kind of lose some of that because it's almost like attendance. But of course, the drawback is that if I do this at the end of the stream, it's not necessarily the case that people are always there at the end either. What it does mean is that there's sort of the maximum audience, and then I go to the character creation, and completely understandably, people go to watch something that's a little bit more interesting to them. And what this translates into is that when I go and host someone who people may otherwise enjoy, people have already sort of gone and moved on to a different channel. So what I think I'm going to do here, I wanted to take the time to explain that, just to sort of give people a chance to put a bit of a pulse in terms of the audience and such. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off with a bit of character creation this time around. And if there isn't a lot of back and forth, this might not take as long as well. It'll give people a chance to come in and sort of say hello. And that means at the end of the stream, we can host someone and you might find a new favorite. What was the other thing I was going to say on that? And then sort of the I don't know, the escape or the alternative I have is that when I get to show someone their character, they'll have their option of doing sort of a round of changes. So I suppose it's a little unlucky if they wind up sort of in the pool right away. I don't know if the game updates the look, but we can deal with that at the time. So, character pool. I actually think K Money is probably going to be one of the easiest people to do that for. So if you can just give me a minute here, I'm going to... he actually has a Twitch avatar that I wanted to base this off of. I do apologize for the silence. For those of you who do not know, K Money is also a broadcaster. So we get, it actually says here, their next stream will be Saturday, the 1st of November. Let's see if I can make this avatar bigger. Yeah, it's not the easiest thing for me to work with, but All right. I think I've got that right. Now, the face is going to be a, I think Happy-Go-Lucky is the one that I want on this one, but yeah, Twitchy doesn't quite work because it's a little, actually Laid Back would work as well, but Happy-Go-Lucky is the one I think I'm going to go for. So we'll just run with, we'll run with this. I should change the biography. I actually also don't know if he is US or not. Okay, so the head's going to be pretty straightforward for me here. We've got, again, if you've seen the avatar, now we don't have a perfect example of the character. Actually, oddly enough, the brushed up short might work. Let's see what else we can do with this. A mohawk may also be in the spirit of things. I actually slightly prefer this option, and part of it is because I know I can't do varying, I can't do the sort of like variety in terms of hair colors, so let's see what we've got here. I think face A may be the closest I'm looking for. Alright. Don't think I can do a helmet here. I can do facial hair though. Okay. Oh, but that that limits the. Okay, well, I think I'm just gonna have to live with that. It doesn't really look anything like his avatar is the only problem. So if I were to go for the alternative, but the brush up looks even further away, so maybe if I change the face, B might work a little bit better. I don't think I get to change the eyebrows. Okay, so what I'll do instead, I don't think we'll do anything for the upper I mean, I could maybe try, like glasses or something like that, but it doesn't really fit the profile picture. And I've got so many smokers in the team, which I think is sending the wrong message, so in this case, unadorned. Which, in the grand scheme of things, because there aren't any... like it's a mask or it's you know, a bad habit. I don't think any of these are gonna work. I'll double check, but yeah. So it's the upper face prop I'm looking for, and I'll rule out glasses because they're not really present. I was thinking a piercing. Actually, you know what? We can maybe do the lip ring. Because the funny thing is, I actually don't know. Actually, let me just take one more second here and see if he's on Twitter. Well, yes, but not with the avatar that I want. So we're definitely doing our own thing at this point. But what we'll try and do is we'll try and make up for the shortcomings here, and we'll see if we can maybe do something interesting with the outfit. So definitely looks like more of a definitely combat gear, but I wouldn't be surprised if there's a little bit more of sort of a leather jacket look to this. So I maybe don't want to go for the full leather jacket, which I know is an option here, but let's see what our torso options are. So like these are probably a little too much, or well, actually these are a little bit closer. Definitely something with straps on it. So I think torso 2 is closer to what I'm looking for. So from here, the question will be, let's find some matching legs. So I don't think any of the Anarchy ones really work. Well, no, that's not true. A couple of these do. Zero is probably most uniform with what I'm looking at here. So it's really going to come down to sort of the pauldrons in the arm, and then we'll change around the color scheme a little bit. So, doesn't really fit with his avatar, but I feel this is slightly more defensible. All right, so the arms. I don't know if the leather stripes quite work for me, but we'll see what we can do here. I think he's probably going to want to have some severe changes to this. But that's fine. We can work with this. All right. So some of this will come down to color, and some of this will come down to... I wonder if we can go a little darker with the green. In retrospect, it wasn't actually that bad. Let's see if we can add a little more character with the tattoos. Alright, so maybe we'll see if we can get something out of the pattern. I can actually see the digital working in this case, but it's definitely well beyond anything that... actually, the alien structure might work as well. Give him something a little original. We're gonna go for a darker color on the weapon on this one. So I can either, I could see a really, really dark blue, or like a gray or a black. Actually, that works rather well. I actually like how this is just a very, very subtle effect on the... Yeah, I'm actually... I don't hate this costume. It's different from what I was expecting, but I can see this working. So, again, nothing like what I was originally planning. But we will see what our dear friend K Money says when he comes in. And thank you all for coming on that little journey with me. Okay, so on to the main game. 15 minutes isn't so bad. I will make a confession. I actually, so we did this stream from on Wednesday. Basically, it was a like steal the items mission. There was one case where, for some reason, the snake kind of got like they detected before the attack for motion happened, and that basically caused what was in effect a team wipe. And so I didn't feel, especially because we had Dragonova with it, I didn't feel particularly great about committing to that. I have said in this playthrough that the idea is I definitely reserve the right to reload, and what I kind of figure is that if we've achieved something at cost, I should try and push forward for it. But if it's like a team wipe, or if, there's like a sufficiently major character lost, one of the things I do want to do is try and have some forward momentum in terms of the playthrough. And so, as a practical matter, it does basically mean that the playthrough will sort of be this constant upward trajectory, which is a bit different from maybe how you normally play if you're on your own. But again, I do want there to be sort of a finite amount of time that I spend on XCOM. I'm also just getting reacquainted with the game, so that was the trade-off. Now, I didn't actually want to end on like the bad note, so like I felt slightly compelled to like go back into the mission. And I didn't necessarily do well, but I was like, you know what, I can take this. So I did actually save. I also didn't save in October. Or sorry, I didn't save. I didn't save a proper like. This is the date stream. So there's a little bit that hasn't been seen in terms of the stream, and I'm just keeping it because in the end, it's actually not a bad example of achieving things with cost. So Dragonova is gravely wounded. Lewis Turner is wounded for 5 days. I think Igor, one of these was already wounded before the mission. I have to hand it to him.
What these recruits lack in experience, they make up for in grit.
Now, as the title indicates, I am overwhelmed with choices, and I can't remember what I was actually doing here. So, oops. Rumor from the Resistance, Scorched Earth. Commander, after our recent success, members of the Resistance in New Arctic have brought us reports of activity we may want to investigate. Okay, so we'll say not now on this one.
Just as you are driven to free your people from the perceived oppression of the Elders, the burden of honor instilled upon me since my creation drives my service to the gods, regardless of their intention.
So I think we're going to pick up the supplies from the destroyed convoy, and then we'll see where we're at.
I'm glad to see our joint effort paid off like we hoped.
Okay. Covert action report. Tactical education ability points will match the new combat intelligence. They may be a little worse for wear, but by now your soldier is as good as any Reaper when it comes to combat intelligence. Covert action complete. Commander, the factions have identified additional operations to benefit the Resistance. We should meet in the Resistance ring to examine their proposals. Right. So, I mean, if I want... we've got... there's actually not that much for us to do here. So, we don't have a sergeant yet. So, we've got a new resistance order, which, fair enough. And I'm not going to complain about... definitely not going to complain about extra health. But it seems to me... Oh, interesting. Yeah, and we don't have a sergeant either. So, really, resistance orders are our only option. Fair enough. Let's think about who I want to get the extra health. Normally I'd say... Yeah, so I figure it's either a Grenadier or a Ranger that I want to have the extra health. So the argument for the Ranger is that they're going to be sort of in the front line, potentially out of cover. And then as far as a frontline unit is concerned, really the Grenadier is the one who in principle... It's a tough call. Let's say... Okay, so first thing we're going to do is we will add a rookie. The extra health, I think I'm going to settle for Simba Owusu. And I'm willing to spend the... Ooh. You know what? I'm not sure taking 25% of my intel at a time when I'm not building anymore will see a higher cost and there's going to be a stash that we can pick up. I think in this case I'm actually going to run the risk.
We'll get the job done. Don't worry, Commander.
We already have a covert operation underway, Commander. It will take some time to complete.
The proving grounds are ready, Commander. We can build the Skulljack whenever you give the word.
New engineering projects are now available. New staff slot available.
Welcome to the proving grounds, Commander. It seemed like a good idea to isolate some of our more experimental concepts, especially when it comes to weapons development.
Okay. We can make the spark right away. I did not realize that. I'm intrigued by these possibilities, but obviously the Skulljack's what we want to go for.
I'll have the team get started immediately, Commander. I'll let you know as soon as we've made progress.
And that's 14 days, so we're definitely not waiting on that. Training completed. Squaddy Elizabeth de Graaf. And attack an enemy within movement range of your... Right, that was at the Guerrilla Tactics School. Okay, so Fernando Diaz is the only one there. Before we go any further, let's take a look at the armory and see what we've got soldiers-wise. So 3 Grenadiers, 3 Rangers, 4 Sharpshooters, 4 Specialists. I do have an appreciation of Rangers. I'm gonna go for the Grenadier, though. Rookie Fernando Diaz can undergo specialized training at the Guerrilla Tactics School, studying to become a squaddy of a specific class, but they will be unavailable for combat during the training process. Do you want to proceed? Serving as our demolitions experts, the Grenadiers provide heavy ordnance delivery whenever and wherever we need it.
Strategic resource located.
The remnants of an Advent supply convoy sat in disarray along the roadside after an apparent rocket attack. The trucks were still loaded with a variety of parts and supplies, which our team was able to secure without drawing too much attention. So, I would like to recover Mox. The question is, are we in a position to do that, or do I need a couple extra days? One more day for the Bonded Reaper.
We finally got a lead on where the Chosen have been holding our soldier captive. It's time we get him out of there.
I am going to cheese this slightly, though, just in case we wind up needing... So there's a possibility I need a character who is a little more capable than what we're currently fielding.
Commander, we've confirmed the position of the soldier being held captive by the Chosen. We now have an opportunity to launch a rescue operation.
All right, rescue operative from Advent Compound, Squatty Pratal Mox. Sit reps, Shadow Squad. All soldiers on this mission will gain a single charge of the Conceal ability. That sounds
Setting
really
course
good.
for the Arctic.
Commander, it looks like conditions on the ground are ripe for a quiet operation. If we can get our people into place, they should each have concealed positions to work with.
I am also noting that we have a smaller squad than I was expecting, so I'm gonna try and go for. I definitely want people with the specialist role or the different roles, but I want to make sure that I'm bringing squaddies. In my view, would be ideal here.
Sky Ranger deployed.
In position to drop.
Sky Rangers reach the mission site, awaiting orders.
It took some work, but we now have a positive confirmation that our captive soldier is being held in a high-security Advent detention center in this region. If we're going to pull a rescue off, our best approach is to go in quietly, without alerting the massive number of security forces defending that installation.
Top secret Operation Dragonstar. Briefing rescue operative from Advent Compound. Objective rescue operative from Agent Advent Custody. Location in the wilderness of New Arctic.
The latest intel has our operative being held in the main structure just ahead. We have the advantage of stealth here, so we should try to get in and out as quietly as possible. If the enemy spots us, this is going to get a whole lot harder.
Okay. I think I can afford to run up like this.
On the move.
I'm not going to make that a habit, but... There may also be a possibility where running around the side makes a bit more sense, but I guess until we see the enemy, it doesn't really make that much of a difference.
10-4.
I also think, if I recall correctly, these barriers are basically not
We've
barriers.
got a hostile squad here.
Okay.
Stay clear of those turrets. We're still not entirely sure if they're fully automated or remotely triggered.
So it seems to me, especially given the placement of Mox, probably going to want to focus a little bit more on the left here.
On the move.
We have Firebrand on standby for evac, Commander, but as soon as she gets in range, the whole compound will go on high alert. We should hold back unless we have the target, or it's an absolute emergency.
Got eyes on a hostile squad.
Okay, that's going to complicate things quite a bit. I'm going to take
Heading
a
out.
chance on this one.
We've got a hostile squad here.
That doesn't look too good either.
Good to go.
I am expecting one of these two will probably be spotted. But at this point, I'm kind of committed to the plan.
Got it.
This is less than ideal, but okay, that's fascinating. So this doesn't count as being spotted. That will be very, very useful in the future. So I want to be very careful in terms of how I move. But there are some real opportunities here.
Will do.
So I would argue this is a slightly more
Stepping
useful
off.
place for this character to be right now.
Got it covered.
I am rather pleasantly surprised at how this is going. Okay, so a little trouble on this one, but
Time to motor.
so one drawback I have here, I don't know if it's realistic for us to expect any, like this kind of looks like a doorway here, so I don't know if I should make an attempt or if we should just try and get through sort of the front like so. I'm not sure that splitting the group is the smartest thing I can do right now, but
Already there. Go, go, go!
take your time. Okay.
Got it. Moving.
Okay. So that closes off that entrance. That's good for me to know. So there'll probably be a bit of time spent reorienting the team.
Move into position.
This is a little tougher just because I don't see as many hiding places.
Confirmed. Got it. Moving.
Yeah, so all of these are a very good way for me to lose the element of surprise. I would be astonished if I can actually open that front door. So in this case here, what we really need to do is just run back in. Actually, one of the funny things I can do here is I might be able to have someone on the outside and then just blow open an entrance. Hey, Tabirosity. No problem. I did do some character creation at the beginning there, so I do still have... you can let me know if you feel differently about this, but I did have you down for a character. I got K-Money this time around, but if you... I don't know if you want to say if you'd like a character or if you'd like to opt out, you can let me know. Otherwise, you're definitely on the list if you're not here when I'm making one. But thanks for stopping by. Okay. This seems to be the most expedient way to get the character where I want them to be.
Moving out.
They're not going to be very helpful if a fight breaks out. But maybe the best idea there is don't let a fight break out.
Got it. Moving.
Okay, and I think things go crazy once once I trigger that particular event.
Stepping off.
So I don't know if this triggers the alert or not.
Accessing system.
Okay, so unlock this door without triggering security protocols or delays the current dark event by 2 weeks. I mean, definitely we've done stealth up to this point, so I think it'd be good to try to bypass the door lock. Where's the any key?
Piece of cake. We have the package and we're moving to deliver.
Okay, just in the name of clarity, so it did say that the Sky Ranger triggers the alert, so I do want to just get an idea. Okay, that's fair. Seems to me like we just wait to do that.
Position confirmed. Double time. Will do.
So the character carrying Mox is gonna take a bit of time, but...
Let's get you out of here! They found us!
Aha! And that's why I hit the save button. That actually definitely puts my... That puts this particular operative in a tough spot.
On the move!
So I'm going to try and play it out. But at the very least, what I will do for this next... if I do have to do a reset, what I will do is... those chances. I mean, a frag grenade does solve this problem.
Get me out of here!
Firebrand is in position and the compound is on full alert. Time to move.
Got it covered.
Interesting.
Looks like they called him
Compound
back
has
up.
reached maximum alert status. They put out a distress signal and we're already picking up multiple inbound transports.
Bombs away! Got it. VIP secured in position for evac. Move into position. I'm on it.
I wouldn't normally want to cluster them up like this, but I also want to try and take advantage of the arrival to see if I can pop off one of the new arrivals.
Advent forces sighted.
Not enough to take him out, though.
More of them coming in.
Alright, so I mean, this is an easy escape for us.
Closing on target position now. I'm out of here. Understood. Moving out.
It is a little funny that you have an
Just in
option
time.
to hack the door without an alert, but picking up
All
mocks
XCOM operatives are secure. Firebrand is
raises
returning
the
to base.
alert.
Everything by the numbers. Mission accomplished.
I suppose after having allowed them to be captured, the least you could do is mount a rescue attempt.
Again, I urge all citizens to remain calm. Though XCOM radicals did manage to release a handful of detainees from our detention center, there is no cause for alarm. For your protection, security patrols have been doubled and curfew extended. Rest assured, they will be found.
Narkexi, thank you very much for your continued sub. I hope you're doing well. This is the Phantom Brigade of turn-based strategy games. Indeed, XCOM 2 in the year of our Lord 2025, with War of the Chosen, no less. This is definitely a fond memory. I remember playing this when it first came out on stream. Absolutely loved it. Loved War of the Chosen, not Wrath of the Chosen. And the funny thing is that my very first victory for XCOM Enemy Unknown and Enemy Within, I think it was Enemy Within that I'd done. I love the game, but the first time I actually beat it was on stream. And likewise with XCOM 2, I've never seen it through to the end. I've started it a bunch of times. I've had an absolute blast every single time I've played it. But because I spent so much of that time on stream, and then of course for stream so many other things kind of got in the way, I've never actually seen this thing through all the way to the end, whether it's the base game or the sequel. So I'm doing it. I'm playing it on whatever like the standard difficulty is, and I'm definitely allowing myself some saves and reloads, just because I do want to make sure that I'm making progress in the game for the stream. But where I can, like, I'm trying to keep it as consistent with having a good time, facing consequences where I can, but not, you know, where I'm feeling maybe something wasn't as fully explained, or, you know, if it just sort of feels like it's a bit of a drag to try and go through it. You know, I'm not being too much of a purist with the run. I figure I can do that on my own time. And if you would like a soldier Narkexi, I do have a list of people that I can put in. That I used to do it at the end of the stream, but I've moved that up to the front. So if you're around during a moment where I'm doing character creation, I can slot you in. If you want me to work on something while you are away and then just show you when you're in, I'm happy to do that. But I need to rebuild my my character pool. That didn't transfer over when I got a new hard drive.
It wasn't easy, but Mox has been safely returned, Commander. He's eager to get back into the fight.
Oh, nice. Oh, they don't. Sorry, that wasn't an invitation to bond.
I am glad to return to your service, Commander. I will not forget what you and your soldiers have done for me.
I should also say too, Narkexi, it's been a while since I've done Phantom Brigade, not for any lack of enjoyment with it, but apparently there's been a couple of big new patches for it, which I don't know if you are still into it, but I'm looking forward to trying those out.
Efficiently executed and no casualties. You can lead the Reapers any day, Commander. Well done.
Commander, your successful mission in New Arctic has fanned the flames of our resistance. We are indebted to you once again. Hopefully these resources will help your future efforts. Right. So we've constructed the Proving Ground facility. We've completed the Skulljack project. Now, if I recall correctly, we were originally...
This is the headquarters of the Skirmisher faction. They may look like Advent, but they sure don't act like it. Now that we've established contact, we can scan at this location to gain additional support for our cause.
You know them as they were, the soldiers of Advent. Now they are free to choose. If you stay your course, Commander, they will stand with you until the end. Commander, I believe it is time that we meet. I am Betos, first of the freed Advent. You are safe here. Praetor Mox was new to our cause, but he believed in our people's freedom, in this alliance, in you, Commander. I shall do the same. My skirmishers stand ready, should you need them. May our people stand united until the false gods fall.
Alright, Resistance faction located. Skirmishers, Sunset Brigade. New faction, orders granted. Inside job 1, under the table 1. Covert actions now available in the ring. Recruit scientist and increase income. We strike back at our creators. Only then can we atone for our crimes against your world. Betos. If you can give me a quick second here, it won't be a proper break or anything like that. I just need to step away from the keys momentarily, and then we will hop back. As Aussie as possible. It's written down, so it shall be done. But yeah, I'm going to be back in just a quick second here. Sorry to abandon you. Okay, sorry about that. Let's...
All skirmishers, all those freed from the Elders' bonds, are eager to hear your orders, Commander.
Under the Table 1, the black market pays a 20% supply premium for goods. Resistance orders are powerful strategic abilities unique to each faction. Resistance orders can only be activated at the end of each month. Inside Job 1, all intel rewards increased by 10%. Okay. Build faster.
There is no shame in admitting my admiration for your resolve in the face of insurmountable odds. I was born of battle, of a desire to face my enemies in combat and surrender to no one. In you, I see a shadow of my own creation.
Okay. So what I want to do here, where I can, is bring as many of the high-quality troops to the black side. I can maybe go without Elena. Well, okay, Elena is a
For most of my
sergeant, so...
kind, what we remember of our lives as Advent puppets is clouded. Where once there was a constant stream of dominance, now there is only emptiness. In our newfound purpose, we will strike back at those who gave us no choice in our actions.
Okay, I think I have a rough idea of how I'm going to do this. So we'll spend one day
Avenger
on
plotting
Scorched
new
Earth,
course.
and then we'll do the black site. Alright, Sergeant Lewis Turner is recovered from their wounds. And again, I don't want to make this a habit, but I'm going to... Effectively, it's whenever I think I might be, overcommitting to something I can't quite handle. Operation First Glove. Investigate the Advent Black Site. This remote alien facility is heavily guarded by the Advent. We need to investigate the site on behalf of the Resistance and report back immediately. Reward 125 supplies. Launch the
Setting
mission.
course for Sector 15, West Asia.
Lewis Turner. Okay, so we want the two who are on side. Nope, Dross it is. I think we'll put Mox in for this one. Yeah, that works pretty well, actually.
Sky Ranger deployed.
In position for deployment.
Our contacts in the local resistance have shown us how to access the Advent Black Site. The aliens worked hard to keep this place under the radar, and we don't know what we're gonna find in there. Keep your heads up. Expect heavy opposition.
So, Narkexi, if you're looking for more excuses to use up your bandwidth, think about how much you want to play XCOM 2 right now, and how much you've enjoyed playing it, and how much you think you're going to enjoy playing it, and know, and I mean, I don't need to tell you this, because it's 1,500 combined hours, but just know, when you do install it, it's going to be even better than you imagine what it's like to play XCOM 2 again. I have genuinely been really looking forward to streaming on Monday and Wednesday, and I have been very tempted to sneak another session of XCOM. It's actually why there was a mission that I was going to redo on stream, but because I really wanted to keep playing XCOM 2, I did actually sneak in a redo of a mission that I had done. It's a great game. All right, top secret, Operation First Glove. Briefing, investigate Advent Black Site. Objective, recover any valuable information or items. Extract all XCOM soldiers in the wilderness of West Asia.
We've confirmed the black site is in your immediate vicinity. Infiltrate and investigate the area. Expect heavy resistance. Neutralize all hostile contacts.
I think the first time I did this was a hair-raising encounter. All right.
Will do. Copy that.
This is obviously a really reckless way of moving a character in the conceal phase, but I feel slightly justified.
Solid copy.
I have eyes on the enemy.
Okay, so I guess the question is, do I want to do that fight? Because I don't think this is one where I have to take out all the enemies.
Location confirmed. A long run.
Yes, I mean, my view on this is probably don't provoke a fight if I can avoid it.
Orders confirmed. Moving out.
Hold on, are those?
Bodies. The containers, the trains. This entire facility. The aliens are still abducting people. From the looks of it, they may never have stopped after the invasion.
Those containers look like they have self-contained power cells. It could be some kind of stasis system. It's possible at least some of those people might still be alive.
So I don't know if I want to commit to her. I think I feel a little more comfortable being behind this thing than being out front. I'm going to be particularly reckless on this one.
Got it.
Hostiles making the rounds.
I completely forgot about this guy's fear of sectoids. He may find it's a justified fear in a little bit.
Getting it done.
And sorry, just gotta do a little admin work.
ask twice.
So I'm obviously kind of committed to this direction, but... So yeah, this is the really big challenge here. Like, do I think I'm going to be having a big fight out in the open like this, or do I think I'm going to be able to make it inside the facility? And I actually don't think it would hurt for us to try and sneak in around the side like this. So, with that goal in mind...
I'm on the move.
Uh-oh. All right, Mr. Turner.
Already there.
So many victims, processed with such brutal efficiency. Test subjects for some sort of weapon, perhaps.
Looks more like a refinery to me, Doctor.
Once we get our hands on that sample, we'll know for sure.
So, I'm wondering if it's worth trying to go the distance here. So there's one version of this where I go barging through this door. There's another version where I try and go around the side. And the problem is I don't know necessarily what's waiting for me on this side of the building.
No need to ask twice.
What? Nah, I'm calling nonsense on that. And yes, I do apologize. I realize there are some people who say, you're not going to learn if you keep reloading like that. But I don't know. I feel like that's one that maybe...
Got it covered.
Yeah, that's my view on that.
So many victims, processed with such brutal efficiency. Test subjects for some sort of weapon, perhaps.
Looks more like a refinery to me, Doctor.
Once we get our hands on that sample, we'll know for sure.
So what I'm going to do here... Should be attempt 2 sitting here somewhere. Oh, now that is interesting. Because I think it did warn me when Lewis was here, but it doesn't when I'm here. So I'm wondering if I can just get away with doing one of these. That's so weird.
We're visible here.
I'm wondering what I'm missing, because I can obviously see the thing that's detecting me, but I'm not getting the normal, I don't seem to be getting the normal, like, warning indicator?
Roger that. They've got our position.
I don't get it. So what this makes me wonder is when it comes to my ranger. I'm wondering if I'm going to be able to move them out of their spot. I mean, I'll play around it. Like it's, I'm not gonna, we're not gonna be stuck into an infinite loop here, but I do want to,
On it.
I do want to avoid like obviously boneheaded moves. Okay, so, and again here we've got visibility in terms of the, my god, yeah, so the ranger's basically stuck in place. I don't know what changed.
Copy that.
I certainly have a couple of ideas in terms of how I'll get around it, but it's gonna be character building.
I go quickly.
Sorry, just bear with me a second here. Okay, sorry to be so corny on this, but we are in fact adding a temp 3.
Getting it done.
Moving quickly.
So I'm a little curious what sees me here, but we'll deal with that later.
Copy that.
She probably should have just gone behind. Yeah, so it seems like any movement at this point counts against them.
I'm on it.
Affirmative. Covering now.
Not good!
We've been spotted!
He doesn't get his Overwatch? Alright, so I'm trying to decide if it was temp 3 or temp 2 is the more appropriate one. Let's try this from temp 2. It just kind of seems like I'm locked into this rather awkward positioning, which I think we can still make something out of, but there's definitely going to be a certain order in which I do these things. Actually, so I'm thinking there's something about triggering the little cutscene that maybe changes that. But let's see if I can do this from number 3 and then move on. The biggest thing that I want to try and do is take out these turrets, and that's kind of my big question mark out of all of this. really do that to the purifier. Okay, I'm gonna do this in a bit of a ridiculous way. Interesting. Okay. This is gonna seem so weird, but I'm actually going to, for the most part,
Moving out.
I'm going to ignore the advantages of the
Covering now.
of the surprise round.
Enemies down. We're in their sights.
You can't get your health back like that. Oh, that's not what I wanted.
There you go.
Yeah, this is actually going to get a little ugly now.
Justice comes for all. It is dead. Attacking on sight.
I'm with you.
Oh, crap. That is definitely not who I wanted to do the combat protocol on.
Overwatch.
Yikes.
I'm on it.
This just keeps getting better and better.
You will never see it.
Sounds like that Chosen is headed right for us. Keep your guard up and your eyes peeled.
There is no room for mistakes here. For some, the pain would be empowering. First they will suffer, then they will die. Wherever you presume to strike, I will be watching and waiting.
Settle down. You're fine.
Ugh. All right. So the catch is here for a couple of these, I need almost like a perfect run, but there's a couple things I can count on
Hit the
too.
plate. My ammo's running low.
So obviously what I need to do
If
here,
the elders had expected more, then I wouldn't be here. I fear true mastery of the sword is beyond your reach.
okay, big problem here is I don't have any obvious flank on this unit, but I also don't see how
Orders
snipers.
confirmed. Moving out.
I don't see how snipers have much
Catch!
use for grenades.
I need no help from them. They are nothing more than a distraction.
Covering distance.
So yeah, this is not great, but let's see if we can recover from this rather
You heard the
unfortunate
doctor.
opening.
Secure that canister.
Where will you possibly run that I cannot find you?
I advance.
I'm gonna take the risk that Mox.
You seek to punish the elders for your very birth, your creation at their hands. What a strange conflict it must be for you.
The big problem I have here is that there isn't really an obvious way for me to move in relation to the Chosen. If I can't spot them, then it's not really going to count for a whole lot. They're more a melee unit anyway, so...
Heading there now. I'm on it.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about this, but... I am going to
10-4.
move the Grenadier up really aggressively, but that's also so I can try and get a little... Actually,
I'm all over it.
run the sniper up too. High ground would be best for a character like that, obviously, but...
Advent approaches.
Okay. Unlucky for us there. I mean, they basically walked through the door, but... Yeah, not an ideal use of a shotgun. I'll grant it.
I've got nothing.
I'm being flanked.
Ow.
The forces of XCOM are legendary for their prowess in battle. Their fabled commander even more so. Today, you face a warrior unlike any you have ever encountered. The one who will be your end.
We've got our shot at the Chosen. Let's make sure it counts.
Your soldier won't last long, Commander. Perhaps I'll take them with me. If I'm in their wounds, will they share your secrets?
It looks like the Chosen knocked one of our soldiers into a daze. We need to get someone over there to help them get back on their feet before that thing can move in and attack.
When soldiers are dazed by a Chosen attack, they can be restored when an ally moves into an adjacent location and uses the free revive ability. Revived units have a chance to be disoriented upon revival. Okay, so I do see a strategy for this. The sniper's not really going to do a whole lot, but does need to get to cover, so...
On my way. Settle down, you're fine.
bigger question on this one is how can I effectively use this unit for this one turn? And in one sense, I'm almost thinking maybe a
All right, I'll go.
chosen hunt. Bad luck.
Good copy. Moving on target.
I don't know about these coin tosses. I do have an automatic kill with a combat protocol, but that's my last one. So.
Missed.
Now. This would be the unit I have slightly more hope for. Cover sucks. Yeah, we're going for it.
As you command.
All right. I think I
hope
gotta.
it's worth it.
Yeah, I gotta go for the ballsy attack. Problem is, I've just
Okay,
left
so I
my.
got one.
I think I've just left my.
Dead in the water here.
I've left him for high and dry.
Scanning.
You were created for this very purpose. Now go!
That was remarkably
No longer
lucky.
a threat.
There's nothing we can do now. They're gone.
Face me! I had expected so much more from the great XCOM. The wind cannot be contained. There will be no escape.
Sorry, I'm making a complete hash of this mission. Let's take it back to turn 6. The reason I'm taking it back to turn 6 is that the handing off the extra action was the one that... Oh, yeah, no, this still sucks, but not as I guess not as bad as the alternatives.
I will go.
Traitorous one. The Elders have a special place for you and your kind amongst the lost and broken dregs of this world.
I hope it's worth it. Overwatch.
Location confirmed.
So yeah, what I was trying to repair was Sorry, I forgot about that one. Yeah, what I wanted to try and do was recover, like, be able to get that focus on that robot unit, because obviously the clustered group was going to get taken out there. All right, so because this is just pure
Affirmative.
ridiculousness at this point.
Moving there.
There will be no reconciliation for your kind, betrayer. Fight and die with honor, or simply die. It makes no difference to me.
Scanning.
This one's a little harder to decide.
Getting it done.
Nope.
Okay. Scanning.
I did nothing. More Paladin.
Okay, there's some possibilities here at least.
I am wounded.
There's nothing we can
not
do
suffer
now.
long.
They're gone.
The Elders propose an exchange. Your lives, your resistance must end. And in return, this world is mine. I will require your return to captivity, Commander. Consider yourself lucky. You won't suffer long.
I think I'm probably...
You've got the Chosen in range. Let's take it out.
I will deliver you to the next world without delay.
It is clear.
I'm probably gonna have to take this back to number 3. This is one of the reasons I'm doing the really ridiculous
Frag out!
and incredibly dangerous moves.
Is that all your skill would allow?
Okay, now Sniper's already...
I'm on the move.
Sniper's already used her grenade.
Yeah. You'll have to do better than that.
See, problem with this one is that it leaves me open to one of the, Actually, I wonder, though. So if I run up like this...
I'm going.
I wish I could have gotten a preview of how this would have worked. I was thinking I'd like toss it through the window. Well, I
Bombs
mean,
away!
this isn't exactly how I was planning on using it, but
How clumsy of you.
this isn't gonna, in the grand scheme though, this isn't gonna help me that much. Oh Jesus, and there's this guy running around as well. Alright, well,
On the move.
in this case, I'm just gonna go full reckless.
Kill confirmed.
Let's at least put out one fire.
Try to fall today. The Elders would have me suffer a fate worse than death. I must retreat for now, but we will not be apart for long.
We showed the Chosen that the Resistance is here to stay, Commander. Now we just have to find that thing and put it down for good.
Okay,
I
so
can't move!
got a little lucky there. I got very lucky there. So I've got not a lot of time with Mox. So unfortunately, I think I'm gonna have to.
Guess it's my turn.
I'm assuming carrying him stops the bleeding out. Otherwise, there's absolutely no point in
I hope it's worth it.
continuing. And then the funny thing here is that I actually think getting the sniper to take the
Location confirmed.
the item is the done thing now. And then I guess
I hope it's worth it.
Lewis takes care of the exit.
On Overwatch!
No need to ask twice.
That's no good. I don't actually see any way I can save Mox in this case, which means I have to go back to... Technically, I'm not obligated to go back to Temp 3, but for this one I see the original sin being all those clustered characters when I thought I was able to take out the... I don't think they're called sparks, but... So this is going to be a particularly weird one in the sense that I'm actually only going to use Frida on this one.
Enemies down. They've got our position.
Now that's different. So my obvious temptation here is to slice and dice the sectoid, but the problem is that then I leave myself open to the turrets here. Now this indicates I'm vulnerable, so I think we have to run into the building, unfortunately. This is going to be a remarkably scary turn.
Confirmed.
But I do actually have some ideas here.
It is clear.
Okay, so now the question is,
so I got one.
how do we deal with these two? I have two characters available for these rounds. And then I'm leaving, technically I'm leaving one to, I'm technically leaving one to a turret, but I don't think I can get around that.
One down,
Advent
thousands to
forces
go.
on the ground!
Oh, damn it! I didn't even think they'd be there. I'm actually kind of curious. At this point, we'll just see how it plays out, because I don't want to completely save and reload, and if anything, I learn through the iterations, but this strikes me as a particularly challenging one.
Yes, Commander. I await their approach.
Join me, and I will end this quickly.
chosen assassin is moving near your position. Stay on guard, people.
So I'm not too worried about the sectoid here. Ideally, I don't run people in front of the turrets. But I do get the option of...
Is over.
Cover my flank! Damn, that stings!
Yeah, I mean, that was bound to happen. That I got lucky on.
Incoming fire!
See, there's a couple questions in terms of how I can handle this. So, one... Okay, so I can't use justice on the... Like, one of the things I kind of want to do here is just take Judgment Day and chop the thing up, but... Sorry, I'm going to do attempt 4. I don't remember if he's got the reflexes to cancel in Overwatch.
It is clear.
You heard the doctor. Secure that canister.
Bombs away! Killed him.
I mean, it's a wonderful opening, but I actually need to make something of it now. Okay, apparently I'm vulnerable there.
On the move.
This is a corny way of handling it, but this is also the sensible way. Unless I've got like a good... Yeah, 64, I don't really want to take any chances on that. Oh, that's only 2. Okay, looks like I am taking chances on it then.
Hostile neutralized.
So of course the problem there is now this character is exposed to the open.
Moving there.
There's,
It is under my watch.
there's basically 2 things that I need to be working on right now.
All right, I'll go.
I don't think I have any way of dealing with the
I'm on it.
Chosen. Like, I think it's just going to feel like they're coming out of nowhere, and the less I complain about that, the better, frankly.
Go, go, go!
This is going to be a liability when we try to leave the area. Right, I forgot that's an option.
What will you do when they can no longer fight?
Moving.
There can be no
This is-
honor among traitors.
We deny our creators. My weapon is almost completed.
Yeah, it's here.
Okay, so the problem on this one, the reason why I'm overwriting save 4, it's quite likely that the Chosen's going to come after this character, and
All right, I'll go.
I think it'll take him out.
I've got it. Looks like they called
Guessing
in
that's
backup.
not water in there. Shen, any readings?
No signs of radioactivity, no significant energy signatures of any kind. Whatever it is, it's safe to handle.
We've confirmed acquisition of the sample. Move to rendezvous at the extraction point.
So one of the options here might be to just like flat out run. I'm not super fond of it as an option, so I think I'm going to stick. I think I am potentially going to be hit by the turret here.
Headed there now. Scanning.
What's over there? Got it covered.
Copy that.
Yeah, the big problem right now is that I don't really know how to spot the Chosen. And so when it comes to the Ranger, who can basically be one-shot by a character that I can't see, I don't really know what my best option in that situation is. So we'll try and play it through.
Advent troops here.
This has been a bit of a gong show anyway, so...
That's not good.
Shot failed to connect.
Okay, so...
Injuries!
Enjoy these fleeting breaths while they last. The forces of XCOM are legendary for their prowess in battle. Their fabled commander even more so. Today, you face a warrior unlike any you have ever encountered. The one who will be your end.
It's one of the Elders chosen.
This is the part that drives me
The Elders have
insane.
been too lenient with you, too clever in their ways. I will leave you with no questions.
It looks like the Chosen knocked one of our soldiers into a daze. We need to get someone over there to help them get back on their feet before that thing can move in and attack.
Oh, now that's a thing of beauty.
Take this.
Though it pains me to flee from a worthy adversary, the Elders will not allow me to die in this world. We will meet again.
We've proven the Chosen can be hurt. Now we just have to work on putting them down for good.
Now, unfortunately, Lewis Turner doesn't have a lot of options. This is my chance to learn something. Okay, so what I'm going to try and do here is I'm going to use Justice on the... Oh! I'm going to try using Justice on the Advent Priest. Okay. I thought that was an automatic thing, so I'm sorry, I'm going to be a bit of a... a bit of a loser and switch this stuff out. What I was thinking of doing was trying to pull the priest out of their comfort zone. What I can do as an alternative, I've got Hurricane already, so we use the frag grenade. I can't get all of the soldiers in one, but the one thing I can do is completely obliterate their cover.
Here, catch!
So Mox isn't in a great position, although I think Grapple might give... Well, Grapple creates its own problems because of the turret. Unbelievable. Alright.
I have failed this. I must have ammunition.
Heading to that location. Target neutralized. Could use some ammo over here.
So the tricky question I have to deal with here is, do I try and give this character another action? Or do I try and make something of my turn over here?
I hope it's worth it. Come and get
I think
some.
Mox is going to get hit by this. Oh, God. We gotta get out of here.
They're on the move.
Right, that was
I'm
very,
under
very
fire.
lucky. So in this case, I actually think the smart move is to just run as fast as we can to the
I'm all over it.
evac zone. I'm leaving this character out in the open for a reason. Hopefully it will be apparent in a moment.
On the move.
So this is not great cover that I'm running to, but it's basically the option I have right now.
Got it covered.
Now this might be where Mox can do something with his grapple.
Changing position.
Not as much as I thought he might.
Covering distance.
Alright. So this is a particularly delicate one. The ideal option is that I get to use teamwork at some point, but I also need to find some cover for this guy.
What's over there?
I don't know how I feel about this one. I mean, he's at the greater risk than... Well,
We will overcome.
let's see how it goes. Because it does say he's under full cover.
Roger that.
So the idea here is I'm trying to get the enemy to waste their time covering the ground. So in this case here, sure, it's a super soldier. Not great for me.
Some new cover.
Ah, that's a problem.
Kill my kids.
Yeah. I did not appreciate that that would be a flank. So yeah, the intention was basically to try and do just a run, but... Okay, so the first obvious move is I need to get... one of these characters needs to get into cover. Although I think I might be able to use Justice in this case. Yes. Okay, there's possibilities here.
Come to me.
So that eliminates the...
For the free.
That kind of eliminates the shooting risk. I still need to get Mox to safety. But this is probably where the grapple
Changing position.
comes in. Ooh, I don't like that. I mean, I'm gonna have to run as far as I can. Alright, so the rest of this turn really is just about trying to position my people as far forward as I can, but also behind cover.
I'm all over it.
Ideally, it would be, like, good high cover, but at this point, sort of anything will do.
Go, go, go!
And again, part of that is just banking on it taking a while for the... Like, so in the case of Lewis here...
Will do.
I'm actually going to run him deep into the level on the assumption that the enemies won't be able to reach him. Which brings us to our old friend. This will probably delay the number of turns it'll take me to evac, but in this case here...
Got it. Moving.
I think the high cover at least gives me... It buys me time. Okay, that's good news. So big one for me here is getting the sniper in.
Okay. On Overwatch.
Okay, now I've got a very specific idea for Lewis on this one. But a lot of this is going to depend on... All right, okay, I know exactly how I'm playing this.
Covering distance.
Already there.
Okay, so we're gonna run her all the way back. She's actually not the most wounded out of everybody, but she's the one who was furthest away. So, Lewis... I mean, ideally I put him behind some kind of... Well, this is good enough.
All right, I'll go.
But then we employ
The
teamwork.
enemy should fear us.
And we get to put her back in for
Understood.
cover.
Moving out.
So, I mean, it's not much of a welcome wagon, right? But I don't want you to evac. I want you to do anything but. Yeah, it won't matter.
Evac confirmed.
But yeah, the aim here was, again, try and get as much distance as I can. I don't know about that decision to put the sniper behind low cover. Okay, cool.
Advancing quickly.
So this definitely means that we're able to get out of the black site. Obviously, that took me multiple cheesy tries.
Returning as ordered.
The one thing I feel bad about some of the resets on those is that I'm not 100% sure I could tell you what went wrong with those turrets. It definitely felt like there were a couple of times where I said, okay, then that's probably going to put me at risk of the turret, but that didn't turn out, and then there were some times where it did. So obviously I'm going to have a lot of healing that needs to happen. There's a bit of consequence for this, but obviously here,
Got it covered.
I think under most reasonable accounts of this mission, if I'd been playing this on Iron Man, it probably would have been a wipe before I even made it to
Packing
the...
it in.
Before I even made it to
This is Firebrand.
the vial.
Package is secure. All XCOM operatives are secure. Firebrand is returning to base.
Ah, okay.
Mission accomplished, Commander. We just hit Advent where it hurts. This was a place no living human being was ever intended to see. Happy as I am to see it gone. Something tells me the aliens won't take this lying down. Great job, Commander. We sent the Chosen back to their masters with a few scars to show for their effort. If they decide to face us again, we'll be ready.
Yeah, a couple of things I did pick up out of this debacle. The idea, so I guess it's only the medkit that allows you to get rid of burning. But I mean, that means that you have to pick between dealing with burning and potentially like healing, or potentially dealing with someone bleeding out. So I'm wondering if this means I should bring more medkits. Although in honesty, I should just play in a way where I'm a bit safer. The other question I reasonably could have asked was, did I need to break cover the way that I did? Like, obviously being able to blow up the flame unit helped me take out the sectoid and such. And part of that was just forced by the circumstance, right? I couldn't move that particular unit. But what if I just started the first pod that I ran into? What if I just opened with that, fought my way to the black site, and it broke in that way? I probably would have still had some trouble with the mechanical unit, because I probably would have blown the combat protocol for the 2 turrets. But I'm not necessarily sure. I actually probably would have had less damage than...
Oh, that's a cute pose.
Anyways, I would
like to assure the citizens of Advent that our peacekeepers will stop at nothing to prevent further attacks by criminal elements such as the one that occurred today. The Elders have total faith in our ability to overcome any and all threats to our peace.
I will tuck this away into the deep parts of my subconscious so that I don't need to reflect on my choices. Yeah, basically.
The Elders Chosen are incredibly resilient. Despite our victory over them today, we still have much to learn if we wish to destroy them permanently.
All right. Frida Kraus. We've got... Oh yes, I think that... So, Lightning Hands, fire your pistol at a target. This attack does not cost an action. Or Deadeye, take a shot with a small aim penalty for a significant, damage boost. This is a tough call. I think I will try for Deadeye, but I actually think Lightning Hands would probably be the better option. I think I did originally say I was going to build this a little bit more around a proper, like, long distance snipers. So, Revival Protocol. Send the Gremlin to an ally to remove any negative mental status effects, disoriented, stunned, panicked, or unconscious. Tempting. Or Haywire Protocol. You may target robotic and mechanical enemies with your Gremlin, attempting to hack them and seize control. Hard to say no to Haywire Protocol. Oh, crap. I was supposed to take photos of the promotions. Alright, Mox. Reflex. When fired upon, gain 1 extra action on the next turn. Triggers once per mission. Total combat. Throwing a grenade or using an item no longer ends the turn. Or volatile mix. Grenades deal. I think we'll go for extra grenade damage, given the Chosen that we're up against. And Heavy Ordnance, the grenade in your grenade-only slot gains a bonus use. And Hollow Targeting, any directed cannon shot, hit or miss, will mark the target, increasing the squad's aim by 15 against the target. It's really tempting, but yeah, we'll do Hollow Targeting in this case. But I should probably have a proper Demolitions character. Hurricane and Judge, a bond forged in blood.
Now that we've recovered the apparent product of the Black Site facility, I imagine it will take considerable time and resources to uncover the true purpose of this substance. I will begin preparations for a complete analysis immediately, Commander.
All right, recovered from an Advent Black Site. The vial was a culmination of a laborious, if gruesome, alien process. Lyrium core, autoloader. I should remember, I haven't actually equipped any of these yet, and I do need to do that. Research unlocked. Alien encryption. Unlike the conventional encryption methods we would typically encounter with terrestrial data stores, the aliens appear to be using an advanced matrix consisting of both mechanical and biological ciphers, combined with some form of psionic interference. The thought of uncovering the aliens' most complex designs is both intriguing and frightening in equal measure.
Having now seen the inner workings of the Black Site facility, the outcome is perhaps even more troubling than I had expected. It is clear the aliens have undertaken a gruesome task. I will leave this matter for you to investigate, Commander.
Your work in infiltrating the alien Black Site in West Asia has brought us even closer to understanding the aliens' true motivations. 125 supplies, recovered Advent Black Site vial, reduced avatar progress by 1.
New objective added.
Have Dr. Tygan complete research into the aliens' encryption methods.
The aliens are relaying a form of encryption beyond anything we've ever encountered, much less theorized. We'll have to find a means of breaking the code, but I expect it will take some time.
Okay, so there are a few things on the list, but in reality, I kind of need to, at this point, I need to take the time. So one, healing up units.
Excellent work, Commander. The loss of this Black Site will undoubtedly slow the aliens' progress, but we must remain vigilant.
So the most obvious thing for me to do here would be to
Once I've regrouped, we will be seeing each other again.
To me, the obvious step is to do Scorched Earth. In 3 days, we'll get the supply drop, so I might even redirect my attention towards picking up the supply drop. Although Intel's probably the one that I'm more in need of. We get magnetic weapons in 5. Actually, maybe it just makes sense to run through Scorched Earth.
Avenger plotting new course.
In the 5 days, and then do the supply drop, because for the Skulljack, we're not going to get that for 13 days, and we don't even get the option of completing the alien encryption research. Now, I do need to take a small break, but let's at least let the numbers run by. Uh-oh.
Commander, the aliens continue to make progress on the Avatar project. If we're going to slow them down, we'll need to move fast. The aliens have just finished a new facility tied to the Avatar project, Commander. If we can make contact with resistance forces in the region, we could move on that facility and set back the aliens' work. Commander, we've just received intel that one of Dr. Vollin's escape test subjects is guarding a nearby Advent facility. Best be prepared before we try to take it out.
All right, Commander, we've received intel that a powerful, extremely dangerous alien is guarding a nearby Advent facility. We should approach with extreme caution. I've never actually taken down one of those creatures before, so this will be character building. We must make contact with local resistance in this region before we can infiltrate and destroy the facility. Now, I don't think we have enough contacts to make this happen. Come on! But I think it's pretty clear in terms of what my goals here should be. So we finish Scorched Earth. Maybe we try to make contact in India.
Incoming message for you, Commander. Patching it through to your quarters now.
I had high hopes for the Resistance under your leadership, Commander, and you have outdone yourself.
Now, friends in the Resistance have shared what they know of these so-called Chosen the Elders have sent after us. It sounds like we should expect these things to actively hunt us until we take them out.
You should only hope that I find you before the others do. They aren't nearly as civil.
As the Chosen gain knowledge of XCOM's activities, they'll have an increasing number of opportunities to hamper our operations. With enough knowledge, they will be able to track down the Avenger and end our resistance once and for all. Alright, that's not good. We have received intel regarding the aliens' current activities. Preparations to foil these dark events before they can be enacted are already underway. Counter operations will be available soon. I think I'm willing to... Missed shots on Advent officers and priests will trigger return fire. So I think... probably lightning reflexes is the one I'm most worried about. Okay, units gain +3 mobility for the first 2 turns of battle with while the squad remains concealed. I think I kind of want to keep that. Yeah. And we'll ignore for now. Maybe I'll take my break now, because it feels like the game's not going to give me a...
We do not back down from battle, but that often leaves us in difficult positions. I could use your aid to counter one now.
Commander, the Sunset Brigade have a high priority mission for you. Operation Dark God. Recover the Resistance operative. We gain another engineer, so that's kind of worth it on its own. So, yeah, we'll launch the mission.
Course for Sector
But
1, the Arctic.
I am going to take a break before starting this. Okay, we've got a Ranger, we've got a... I want to make sure we have one of each before we... Oh, that's not good. We're short on Grenadiers. I will settle for another specialist then.